You know, Bam's birthday was today.
Yeah. I told him happy birthday. That man got like 8 accounts. I said happy birthday on all
Yeah.
of them. And his mama posted. I said happy birthday on there too.
I just called him directly because I ain't fucking with social media. Like you said, he got several accounts. What y'all be doing? Cause like y'all be remembering y'all people birthday. I ain't gonna lie, cause I do a scan on Facebook once a month at the beginning of the month and be like, who birthday this month?
Man, I do. If you're on my friends list and your birthday come up, I just say happy birthday or happy birthday. I try to give somebody something.
Indeed, indeed. Well, hey man, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the BOTB Live Show. I'm Jay Walker the third. That's my brother Carolina Dirt, my drinking partner, my brother from the same mother, my brother who looked like his daddy, who I also look like. What's happening with you?
Man, ain't nothing, man. You already know the hump day happy. I tap in, bro. Yesterday was about 70 degrees. Today it's like 50 degrees.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, cause it's so cold up this motherfucker. Um, it was mid 40s. I was like, man, it feel good out here.
Well, that's how it was. That's how it was. That's how it was yesterday and today. Like I said, I got off work. We all came in the house. I was just sat in the garage. Oh, they said, "What you doing?" I said, man, the sun started coming out. It was drizzling all day. So, man, the sun coming out. It feel good out here.
Whatever you got to do to get that peace, man. I challenge y'all, and it's not a challenge for some of us. Some of us understand it, accept it, and embrace it. But if you have trouble finding your peace, just sit still and take deep breaths sometimes. Um, I know that sounds simple. I know it's a simplified response to um, some of us that may have some issues, mental health or otherwise, but I just think it's a good place to start.
Oh yeah, man. Matter of fact, I got jazz playing. I put in my Google Home. I told it to play piano jazz. So usually I listen to the rain or the ocean, but I wanted something a little jazzy today.
Absolutely. I don't like to start like this. I don't even like to talk about the commander in chief too much, man. And this ain't even really on them. That's what's so crazy, man. Things be happening. There's a guy in Texas, Chris Harrison. He had a daughter named Lucy Harrison. She was just visiting. She's across the pond, somewhere in the UK. I don't know specifically, but if you Google Chris Harrison and Lucy Harrison, you will find a story about Chris Harrison, the father, being a big supporter in the MAGA movement. And he happened to be having a discussion, disagreement, whatever you want to call it, about gun control. And he ends up shooting his daughter and taking her life. I can't even imagine. Young lady, 23 years old, beautiful lady from the pictures. I can't imagine. First off, I'm not going to argue with too many people um, in certain situations. You feel me? But I can't even imagine extinguishing the life flame of my own seed.
I mean, you shoot your daughter. Like that's a different type of. I mean, your blood anyway. Brother, sister, uncle, aunt, grandmother. Like you shoot your blood. But as a man, we hold our daughter sacred, and to shoot your daughter is diabolical.
What's crazier than that is You would think that this man would be arrested in jail at the very least for involuntary manslaughter. But according to sources, I think it's not. I think it's indisputable with Rashad Ritchie. Some people feel a certain kind of way about Rashad Ritchie, and some don't. But this man did not face any criminal charges.
Yeah, like I heard it, but I didn't read into it. It's so much stuff. Just algorithm. It's like it's so much stuff. Like I always tell you, my Facebook algorithm and my IG algorithm and my YouTube algorithm, and I took TikTok off. So TikTok out, like all that was just so much. But I did see that headline, and I'm looking at it now, and they say he won't be charged. Texas man will not face charges after gunning down his daughter after they got a heated argument about Trump.
None of that shit seemed right. None of that shit seemed right. I've never seen a case where there was admitted argument going back and forth with a motherfucker that resulted in somebody losing their life and they did not get charged. That is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So it went to a grand jury, but grand juries are basically secret juries. You don't know what they talked about. You don't know what evidence they put out. You don't know nothing. And I'm sure that he comes from a well-to-do family and they probably know him in his neighborhood type shit. But who is... And he was drinking.
Yeah.
I don't. Oh man.
Yeah, I gotta read more into it. Like I said, so much stuff, and I just saw the headline. But just talking, if she didn't physically, even if she physically assaulted him to a certain degree, what makes you pull a gun and shoot your daughter in the chest?
Yeah, I'm with you, RC. The Purge is probably one of the scariest movies I ever saw because of the way they outline the Purge. If y'all don't know the story or what the Purge movies and TV series have been about, that shit is terrifying. You feel me? And at the point that we are no longer, well, some of us have never really gotten a fair shot at justice. Let's just be real clear about that. But at the point where stuff like this can happen, we know that this lady lost her life. We know before she lost her life that there was some type of debate, discussion, argument, and we know that the individual that unalived her was drinking. I don't understand how there is not charge him. If you give him a suspended sentence, he's charged. But to say that there's not enough evidence or to say you don't see any type of wrongdoing is crazy. And he still got two other daughters. Like, how are they supposed to feel?
Oh, so I'm reading on BBC.com. Damn, that don't sound right. Pause.
You ain't had to do that because beer burn when it comes through your nostril. Shit.
So I'm gonna read this real quick. Lillard said on the morning of January 10th, his partner had asked her father during Trump Row, "How would you feel if I was the girl in that situation and I've been sexually assaulted?" Chris Harrison replied, had replied that he had 2 other dogs who live with him, so it would not upset him that much.
All of that, bro, anybody else, all of that comes into questions when certain people, or people of color, black people, whenever there's a crime, they do everything they can to take anything that happened in that person's life to use as a talking point as to why they are a criminal. I don't understand how this man is not being seen as a murderer.
I don't either.
I just don't understand it.
Is it the white tea privilege? Does he
That's
have money?
It's definitely white tea privilege. I don't know what his background is. I don't know what kind of money he got. I don't even think it matters. But of course it matters. Because if he lived in a trailer park, his ass would be in jail. I bet that.
Yeah, I mean, is he a politician? Is he a politician's friend? Is he the sheriff's friend? Is he a police person's friend?
You see how we got to ask all those questions?
Exactly.
But whenever is somebody with melanin in their skin, they'll run their whole background. In the 6th grade, he got kicked out of class 37 times between the 6th grade and the 9th grade.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, and they try to build a, what they call that shit? The educational word.
You said the educational word.
Yeah, I can't think of the word.
Profile.
That wasn't the word, but that'll go. When I feel like when we do something as anybody with darker skin, it's in your blood, it's in your DNA, it's in your culture. But when they do it,
inherently violent.
Yeah, but when they do it, well, he was on pills. He had mental health issues. His mama did drugs. He lost his job. His wife cheated on him. His kids didn't listen. Like, there's all these other excuses of why they snapped, crashed out, or whatever. But road rage.
All they really did was commit a crime. That's what they did.
Committed a crime. That's how I feel about it.
It's like I said, man, it's a wild thing. I didn't even want to start with that shit, man, but I just couldn't. It was something that I seen recently, and I couldn't not talk about it, man. Y'all do y'all research. Y'all go look it up if you're interested into finding out what that is. But whatever jurisdiction that is in Texas, y'all got some explaining to do, huh? You feel me? Like, you have to be able to justify this man going home and being in the presence of his 2 daughters that he evidently he cared about more than the one he lost. Which again, the victim's name was Lucy Harrison.
So the grand jury in Collin County. So the grand jury is usually in the county that it happens in?
Normally, yeah.
Well, that's Collin County.
Collin County, Texas. Collin County, Texas. Y'all got some splaining to do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why the town ain't in an uproar. I don't understand why social media ain't in an uproar. I don't understand why their race ain't in an uproar if all darker complexion people do is commit crimes.
She's a beautiful young lady, too.
And we don't love our kids.
Right. I just, God bless that young lady, man. God bless that young lady's mother and the people in her life that truly loved her, man. But Mr. Chris, you a piece of shit. I'll go ahead and say it now. And you be under a jail if I owned a jail. You know what I'm saying? Or not even, I don't have that kind of power. But I'd be on your doorstep, across the street, at your place of business, telling everybody what you did.
Yeah. Now, I think that story needs to be out on every social media platform, all these podcasts.
On the national news platforms.
On the national news platform, all these podcasts and talk shows. Just bring the story up and say the name. Tell the story and let people deep dive in it the way they choose to.
That's a good way to put it. Just present the facts that we have right now today, and of course, there's got to be other facts. They arguing about gun control and her not liking firearms in the house or her having an ill opinion, and I'm still gonna stand on what I always say. When it comes to firearms, it's important, even if you don't like them, to know how they operate so you can make them safe. But in what situation do you pull a firearm out in front of a loved one and hit them in the chest with a bullet on accident?
So, real quick, Lillard said he heard a loud bang at 15 seconds later, and then Chris Harrison screamed for his wife. Lillard said, I remember running into the room, and Lucy was lying on the floor near the entrance to the bathroom, and Chris was just screaming just a sort of nonsense. The statement from Chris Harrison said he and his daughter had been watching a news item on gun crime when he told her he had a gun and asked if she wanted to see it. He went into the bedroom so he could show her a Glock 9mm semi-automatic handgun, which he kept at his bedside cabinet. Harrison said he had bought the gun a couple of years ago before because he wanted a sense of security for his family. He denied ever discussing it with his daughter before. He said, as I lifted the gun to show her, I suddenly heard a loud bang. I did not understand what happened. Lucy immediately fell. Harrison said he could not recall whether his finger was on the trigger. He acknowledged he had issues with alcohol in the past. He said he briefly lapsed on the day of his daughter's death because he was emotional about her leaving.
Anybody that is properly trained with a firearm knows you never point that weapon at somebody when you're handling it until you are ready to engage whatever threat might be there. The other rule, right after don't point that motherfucker, is don't have your hands on the trigger. Don't ever put your finger on the trigger until you are ready to engage your threat or your target or whatever the case may be. I've been around a lot of people, a lot of prior military people, some law enforcement people, and if they're showing me their firearm and the barrel comes anywhere, I will just automatically, you know what I'm saying? But they also know better than to point it. It's normally something that they just handling it. They're not trying to do anything. But even still in my spirit, I'm kind of like, watch the barrel. Watch it.
What up, Motivator? Motivator said, keep your booger
hook off the bang switch. I know that's right. Say it so they understand. So they understand.
Man. Real quick, a little change. There's a couple other topics we want to talk about. Motivated Minds, he put out some stuff, and he's always putting out great content, short reels, TikTok videos. And I feel him. I know he had one about shadow banned, and the content he puts out doesn't get the views and the attention. Keep going, keep doing it. I don't always comment, but that don't mean I didn't watch it. And, a lot of times I watch it and I make comment towards you, and a lot of times I send you stuff back and forth. So I appreciate the content you put out there. I appreciate you showing your son how to shoot, and you put that content out there. But keep putting your content out there. We need to keep pressing. We need to keep pushing the goalposts. They move the goalposts. We need to keep pushing that bit. And people like you help push that goalpost. A lot of times you educate me. A lot of times you make me go back and think about stuff. And a lot of times you help add to my conversation when it comes to growth with other people, whether they agree with me or not. But I appreciate the work you do. People go look at Motivated Minds at the content he put out there. And let's talk under the tree.
Cuzzo, big Cuzzo.
He put out a mini movie on Tubi. 20 minutes long.
Yeah, man, y'all gonna stop talking about Tubi because look, I get it. Tubi might be owned by Fox or whatever, but they're allowing you to put content out, and they allow you to put it out to the world. So, yeah, go ahead. My bad.
Oh, yeah. Echo of 22. It's a great 20 minutes, I believe. He showed it to me a couple of months ago, and he talked me through the process in which he was about to release it on Tubi. Congratulations to him. Great insight on the mind frame of our veterans. I grew up with veterans. My brother's a veteran, my dad's a veteran, uncle's veterans, cousins veterans, and then friends of veterans. We never know what they're going through. On this platform, we've always shout out veterans. We always shout out our military force. Definitely appreciate the services. But he definitely has a good short film on Tubi, and I believe he's gonna be working.
Stop saying it like that. I think it's Tubi.
Tubi.
Echo of 22. It's very grounded subject matter. It's real subject matter. Like you say, it deals with the effects of PTSD for veterans who have deployed and not deployed. But the title of the film comes from a crazy statistic of 22 veterans a day unaliving themselves due to PTSD and life after, conflict. So we watch motherfuckers fly through the rafters and make fun of pastors. We watch people eat Tide Pods. We watch people just do all kind of whack shit. This man gave you something that is important. And if you know a veteran and you don't want to watch it, but you know a veteran, tell them about it. Echo 22 on Tubi right now. It's not going to take your life. It's 20 minutes, man. And
we all know veterans. I don't care who you are. Everybody know one veteran.
At least one.
At least one, whether it's in your family or you work with or you come in contact with. And matter of fact, Motivated Minds, we've had conversations about that, about the homeless veterans. So there's veterans that we run across. This gives you a little insight, especially if you haven't been in the military. If you haven't physically been in the military, this gives you an insight, a small insight of their mind frame. But y'all go check that out. But real quick, let's go through the Super Bowl shit real quick. Just to halftime, because I picked the Patriots only because they had balled out all season. They was consistent all season, and they lost. And everybody told me they were going to lose, and I picked the win. I'm not a Patriots fan, but past that, let's talk about this halftime and why.
As a Falcons fan in limbo, I can never pick the Patriots. But go ahead.
Man, your point of view on the halftime show and what you thought.
Talking about your Baboni?
Yeah.
Man, listen, Mr. Baboni, he did what he was supposed to do. I don't speak Spanish. That didn't mean that I was going to punch windows out and kick my dog because he was on my TV. And even if I did not understand it enough, I appreciate music enough to know that ultimately it's just music. Mm-hmm. He gave a performance that only he could give. You feel me? If you are a white dude from Tennessee and you do music, I expect to be able to feel the Tennessee in your music. If you are Baboni from Puerto Rico, I expect to feel Puerto Rico in your music. And we was able to see that. The sugar canes, the market, the people. Come on, man. They got some of the most beautiful women in the world. And I don't care about you pale faced motherfuckers. Y'all be hating and shit, but y'all be lusting after them women and all the melanated women. Um, Nobody gave a fuck about what happened on Turning Point, whatever their halftime show is. Uh, I'm good with Kid Rock, girl. Fuck him. I did the All American halftime show that nobody cared about. Bad Bunny did his thing. It streamed 1 billion times. It streamed live for what they say 80 million people, and now it's over 100 million people have seen it just after that. So for you handful of people that support a certain person and you follow that empty rhetoric, then cool, I guess. And then he was watching the shit. They got footage of him watching the shit.
Because you know it's pre-recorded. You know that shit was pre-recorded. The Kid Rock was pre-recorded, and they paid the crowd that was there. Real quick, Puerto Rico status as a U.S. territory is a result of its acquisition by the United States in 1898. Puerto Ricans,
120 plus years.
Puerto Ricans have been U.S. citizens since 1917 and can move freely throughout the United States.
They acting like because they speak Spanish. All of California speaks Spanish, cuz. Most of Arizona speaks Spanish, cuz. Most of Texas speaks Spanish, cuz. Most of Colorado, all that shit west of the Mississippi, they be speaking Spanish.
So I was telling, because I got a Venezuelan that work with me, and I got a Mexican work with me. The Venezuelan's young, the Mexican guy, he's a little older. Venezuelan young female, she was hyped from the announcement. So when I asked her today how she liked it, or she came to me and told me how she liked it, she said she loved it because she's young. As in rap, there's young rappers that I don't understand. I don't understand the music. Now, do we criticize them a little bit? We do that just because it's conversational piece. Now, the older Mexican guy says he don't understand all because he's older. So he doesn't see it as the same type of music. My thing is, if I go into an art museum and look at a piece of art, I'm not going to understand that piece of art. Everybody's doing this. Everybody's doing this. Oh, they don't translate the opera. They don't. You have millions and billions of people singing Gangnam Style. Don't know what Gangnam Style is. They don't know. But the art part of what he did, right, Motivate, it was very symbolic. The grass in the grass that was moving was actual people.
Right, the sugarcane field.
The sugarcane people was actually people. Now, and as they said, they didn't understand Kendrick Lamar last year. He spoke English. This man speaking Spanish, and you don't understand. But
they understood Kendrick Lamar. They didn't want to understand.
But they don't. You don't take the time to see the art. So Pops ain't going. He was like, man, who Bad Bunny? You know, who is? But I showed him. I showed him on YouTube. I didn't play no music. I said, look, Dad, billion views. He's the guy that won the Grammy last week. He ain't say nothing else. We did not turn the TV. We let it play. Everybody get food, use the bathroom, do whatever, but we never turned the TV. People are picking a fight and don't have to.
Right. Absolutely right.
Kid Rock called Jay-Z a DI.
Yeah, well, this is from the white man who came into the game off his relationship with black folks and halfway trying to be a rapper and talking about how street he was from the Motor City, Detroit. And, you know, you seen him do the same thing Post Malone did. It's what a lot of them do. You
But that's
feel
what I'm
me?
saying. Like, you mad with the culture, whatever culture it is, you steal from all the cultures, but you don't like the people that make the culture.
Right.
You have no culture. All your culture consists of taking, stealing, um, backdooring, doing whatever you can to control it. But then you don't want the people. And I feel like that's part of AI in music. Like, they think they can create something and not pay us for it, but it's never going to sound authentic.
Um, it is what it is. Now, motivated mind bring up another point. The Macarena went crazy, Carl.
Crazy.
Macarena went crazy.
Crazy. Living
But
La Vida
these
Loca.
are
Ricky Martin.
well, living La Vida Loca. Yeah, they love that. They loved it. He was out there. He was out there. Ricky Martin looked like he ain't aged in 20 years, Carl.
When he popped, I said, that's Ricky Martin.
That's exactly how I was like, nah, Ricky Martin got to be older than that. Shit.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of people. It's the people that, again, this is the same group of people that don't want the illegals to be here. Just come here and do the right thing the right way. Meanwhile, 60% of their vacations, they go to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, or whatever other uh, part of Mexico, they Punta Cana and all that, and eat Mexican food twice a week. You feel me?
Somebody made a point. The Super Bowl, one of the famous meals of the Super Bowl is nachos. Motherfuckers eat nachos everywhere.
But again, I don't think Mexicans eat nachos. That's the hypocrisy of this country. Mexicans don't even eat nachos.
But that's what I'm saying. But America's associated with the Latino Hispanic community.
Right.
Like,
of course.
They got ICE. They got ICE running around here chasing immigrants and all that, but going to lunch at the Mexican Latino restaurant.
Right. In a whole ICE get up, IP and all that shit. All your guacamole is filled with my DNA. No pause. Your guacamole gonna have goddamn ass tissue in it and all kind of shit. You come to my restaurant wearing that shit.
But real quick, I would say he fulfilled the halftime show for 30 minutes. As far as he put on a show, he wasn't standing in one spot. He put on a show that was. It was in. I didn't understand what he was saying, but I love the beat. So I found entertainment in the instrumental part, and then the visionary. I was like, "Oh, okay, I like this."
He did what he was supposed to do as a international pop star. He filled the whatever the requirements for a performance is. He did all of that shit. He did have his political messages. That's what the power lines and stuff is for, because the government fucking them over. They got blackouts all the time and shit like that. And he made it entertaining. But the thing that I think the most important thing is that like they were saying, like, whether you understood it or not, if you go look up the lyrics, all those songs is about love and cohesiveness and family and you know what I'm saying? So
he said unity clear to me. I heard him say unity. That's important. That man allowed a couple to really get married.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was like, are they getting married for real? And come to find out, it was real.
It was real. And another thing I realized, social media actually makes you think this world is more divided than it really is.
Don't fall for the box.
So when CK got right, and they had the funeral at Arizona Stadium, they had right under 100,000, right?
Allegedly.
And there was allegedly over 10 million in the streets for No Kings Rally. Like allegedly. So we got to think about. So this administration don't want to hear numbers.
Oh no, facts. They scared of facts.
They scared of facts. But what I'm starting to see is people put out people put out content of white people and black people socializing over a beer, socializing over a grill, socializing over a car. That it's not as bad as we think, but because it's in whatever argument you're in and whatever message they're trying to push, it makes it seem like we're really divided. But I can honestly say I'm seeing more content creators, whether they're professional or beginners, put out content to show you that white people know they messed up. White people know they got to fix their mess. And white people saying,
we not like him.
We not like him. even if we're pro,
they not like us, but we not like him.
Yeah. Even if they're pro MAGA, even if they're pro Republican, they will still stand on their own 2 feet and be like, that's still messed up what they doing. And I think
I don't know, man. You can't say you MAGA. You can say you're a Republican.
I said pro.
I'm just saying, like, if you are claiming the MAGA shit, then you the enemy.
Yeah.
Now, if you a Republican, you a reasonable white person that really thought that he was gonna do some shit that he ain't do. But if you still claiming MAGA, wearing the hats and goddamn Trump 2028 and all that shit, fuck you.
I feel like that's what Marjorie Greene Taylor tried to do. She's trying to separate MAGA and the Republicans from Trump supporters, if that makes sense.
Right, but MAGA is the devout, them the cultish motherfuckers. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Them the motherfuckers that no matter what facts you put in front of, most of them people got a 7th grade education. Most of them. You feel me?
And I feel like most of them don't use common sense. And there's many black people out here that's, the Nicki Minaj thing. I didn't even want to get on that. But yeah, it's a lot of people trying to find their way. And I realize there's a lot of grown people that do not know who they are as a person because they just follow it.
For sure.
Like this administration, this political time is showing that there's a lot of grown folk that really can't stand 10 toes down in what they believe in, but they try to sell you into you should believe in this. And that's the sad part. I've been getting in so many, I don't even do that. So many Facebook posts back and forth with people. I'm just like, you grown, right? Like you allowing somebody to lie to you when you can find out the truth. From sitting in your room, you can find out the truth, but you choosing not to.
That's kind of why I've had enough, and it almost pains me to bring that motherfucker up.
You ain't got to.
No, I'm just saying, just like in general, I don't even want to hear black folks talk bad about him. Like, I'm just tired of his name and everything that come along with it. You feel me? But the realest shit you said is don't fall for the bots. Don't fall for the conversations that are images about all the things that Trump does or what MAGA stands for. Go by what you see in your community, Kyle. It is still all right to hold the door open for YT people.
I don't know. I did it today. He looked like he didn't like it. I did it today. He looked like he didn't like it.
Yeah, that got more to do with him than it got to do with you, though.
I almost shut the door if he didn't have a baby in his hand. Hey, but real quick, and this is off topic before we get out here. It was the whole Nicki Minaj thing. I just thought about it. Like, Sheesh posted something, motivated mine. And I told him, what Nicki Minaj is doing is symbolizing a scene from Sinners.
A little bit. I think she's fighting for her relevancy more than anything. Nicki Minaj is one of those celebrity people, one of those rappers who believed in the character they created. And your character is a fucking weirdo, a goddamn psycho. You feel me? So you can't be that your whole life. But she kind of stuck doing it. You feel me? Like,
that's not standing 10 toes. That's not project.
Of course it's not.
Because she came in as a young woman.
Mm-hmm.
You a grown woman with kids. Now your background because of your husband, your background because of immigration, why would you side with that other than personal reasons and go against your people as far as your culture? Now you have the I forgot who the Nicki fans is, what their name is?
Barbs.
You got them. But as far as your culture and who you are as an identity, this man is not going to be in office for your lifespan. You are young enough. If you have good health, karma is going to come back on the back end for all the political people and all the entertainers and all the supporters in the end.
Nicki ain't never bounced back from when Cardi B told that motherfucker her son's favorite color was 5. She ain't never gonna bounce back from that shit. You feel me? That's the best shit I ever heard in my life. I thought that was the funniest shit. I want to say your favorite color is 5, nigga. But either way, I hope she invested her money well.
Yes.
Because it's gonna be hard for her to move forward in the community. You know what I'm saying?
Regardless, because once this administration, whether it's 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, once this administration really reevaluates, and I think they're doing it now, when they reevaluate and try to pivot, try to do the same thing, but pivot, she is not going to be in the good graces of who she's trying to step in front of. She's not a political person. She can learn to be political, but she got too many receipts. Your husband is your biggest detriment, because what he did is why everybody's trying to pull the cards of this administration. So after this administration is over, your husband is still linked to you. And now what you doing to condone and fight for it, that's what you are going to be labeled with. Who's talking about Nicki's music now? No.
I can separate the music from the person. She made some decent music. She's being a terrible human being. And this ain't the first time. This ain't the first thing. That's why she's not going to be able to bounce back. But some people just suck. You feel me? Some people just fucking suck.
But the difference is you can be a terrible human being, but this time in human existence is in the history books. It's different than being
in the history books now.
No, what I'm saying is
recording every second of it.
It's recording every second, but it's in the like what her husband did, right? That's in his personal history, right?
Yeah.
What she's doing by following, when they say, when you look up down, who were Donald Trump supporters, and you 20 years from now, that list.
I mean, yeah, she ain't the only one that's gonna have to shake that shit off.
Yeah, she ain't.
It's gonna be a bunch of people.
I hope she don't shake it off. Let's get up out of here.
I mean, she's not gonna shake it off for me. Real quick before we get out of here, Glorilla, Glory Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Got a sister named Victoria or something.
That nigga named Vincent.
She went on, and I feel like you gotta blame TMZ for that shit. Cause no media. What I'm saying is that shit should have been on her YouTube page, IG page, TikTok, whatever. Like, no, that wasn't something for the media to pick up. I'm gonna tell you right now, if there was ever a situation where my brother just took off into the stratosphere, became wildly successful, I don't expect that I don't, essentially what she's saying is, uh, Glorilla's sister is saying is, she don't do shit for her family. She be on the internet talking all good, but she don't take care of her family. Her sister sounds like a 2-pack a day black and mild.
Vincent.
She sounds like a dark liquor drinker.
Blunts.
White House. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she's still smoking Phillies, man. It would be different if her sister had a different image. But the image that she has, and if y'all don't know, y'all go look her up. Victoria, I don't know their last name, but all you gotta do is look up Glorilla's sister, and you'll find the sound bites.
Go ahead.
But she essentially came on TMZ to blast her sister for not taking care of her family. I feel like that's bullshit. Then they asked her, I was like, so what would she need to do in order for you to?
That's a dumb number.
She said she'd give me $2,500, and
she said all of us $2,500.
Give all of us $2,500. And what's buddy name? Harvey.
Well, they look stupid.
TMZ. She was like a month? Like they she said, nah, just $2,500, straight like that. So you sound like a crackhead on TV talking about your sister ain't taking care of you. I wouldn't give you $2,500 either.
Now check this out, right? So Glorilla was FNF coming out, hood chick from Memphis, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's been 4 years, 5 years.
It's been probably 4 years that she been.
So people talk trash about Gotti. We ain't getting into that, but Gotti has been a businessman. Gotti has built that, and when I say built that, is you can see her growth, and she can still put on a show like she really grew for the longevity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, her sister's name is Scarface Woods.
Yeah, that's not the name her mama gave her though.
No, but her real name is Victoria. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm starting to see content where she's doing like a food critic thing.
Okay.
So my post was, this ain't gonna last long. Like, you got to diversify it. Your sister learned to diversify, but your sister gotta pay taxes.
And you gotta do. Go ahead.
You have to grow also. Now, if you stuck in the hood, you trying to tell me, even anybody the benefit of the doubt, your brother or your sister, they never gave you one shot at doing something with your life. I don't think in a house of she was the 11th, she was the 10th of 11th, so she was the number 10 of 11, or something like that. Glorilla was. You can't tell me your sister didn't give you a shot. And when I say say a shot, maybe she gave you 5 G's and you came back broke a week later. What the fuck you spent the money on? She gave you.
She gave her 5 G's because she wouldn't be on the national network talking about.
But what did you do?
Talking about no $2,500
to help yourself out. At what age do, as they say, at what age, they say, what age do we stop blaming our parents for how we ended up? At what age do you stop blaming your siblings or your friends when they gave you a chance, you just didn't acknowledge it?
Nobody is obligated.
Not obligated.
To do a goddamn thing.
I don't know. Hey, let's talk on the tree. Pat Palmer, you obligated to get me in another film. But go ahead.
He said he obligated. Look, I need to be in the next movie. Nah, man, look. Again, the fact that you air family business out in the street is not a good sign. And what if she needed to do some things before she could spread her blessings to the rest of the family. You know what I'm saying? Let's not be mistaken about this shit. Being a
And what?
rapper is not what makes you wealthy. You know what I'm saying? Whether she has the money that, like, just the way you talking, you don't have any concept of taxes, uh, agent fees, um, just the things that you have to do in order to be famous. You feel me? She one of them people that think because they said this athlete got $120 million that he got $120 million. Most of the time, if somebody got hit, if somebody got $120 million, they really walking away with like 42,
I say less than that.
and probably less than that. But that's neither here nor there. I hope Scarface, Victoria, whatever, get whatever she need out of life. I'm not gonna forget about Chris Harrison, bitch ass, unaliving his daughter. I'm not gonna let that shit go. I hope that news story picks up steam. And either way, we're gonna get up out of here, man. What you gonna tell the people before we go?
Man, I hope somebody come out with a cartoon with a black karma and a white karma. No, a black karma and Hispanic karma, and it's a cartoon based on political. It's a learning show for kids based on politics.
I feel like we talk too much politics, cause that's
We
what
do.
I mean in the world, and it's only because it's fucked up, and that's kind of where we are as a people. We only want to hear the fucked up shit.
Oh,
It's more
shit.
to life than the president. It's more to life than the minions who follow him. Um, find your happy, cause I'm more important for you to be settled in your spirit and do the right things by the people you love.
But I feel like that's what they're trying to take away. You ever watch some of the movies and they be like, people got to just be happy for doing a mundane job every day, all day?
Oh
Like, I
yeah.
feel like that's what they're doing. Dr. Oz put out a comment saying Americans need to work to their 80 to help the economy.
Fuck the economy, nigga. My back hurt today.
Not today, the day.
Dirty.
The day. But I posted it. But
Man, that boy
to
fool
find,
up, man.
he definitely fooled up. But to your comment about you definitely need to find your happiness. But I feel like that's what they're trying to take away. Everything costs so much to do something. So things that bring you joy might cost you money. So
Why would
you
we,
gotta
at this point, why would we even try to fix the economy? They fuck it off every time we in a decent place.
bro,
So that's a talking point. That's some shit to get your mind off of the shit that you care about.
bro,
You feel me?
I work for a small business. And we literally small business I work for look at the dollar value and what people are doing in other nations. In a small company, I look at that.
Right.
Bruh, I've been walking this down since last year when he came in office. I've been walking it down. And I'm like, we fuck.
Mm.
And
Well,
I'm not talking about this Amazon 15,000 layoff, this UPS 20,000 layoff, this Home Depot 1,000. I'm looking at it from a small business aspect, which means we not buying in bulk.
Mm-hmm.
To realizing that these other people got to buy in bulk. To our competitors closing down. And I think the only reason why we standing up tall because there ain't too many of us.
You gotta have your niche, man. But just unrelated before we get out of here. It's a podcast called 154. Godfrey the comedian and Baja Biamila, former NFL player,
Oh,
Um, they basically 154 is one continent, 54 territories. That's the number of territories in Africa or countries in Africa. And they normally just have on people from that are directly from Africa, African countries. And they had Boris Kojo on there today. Um, there is a segment, it's a long podcast, but there's a segment where they talk about investing in Africa and how you should direct your money there. And it's a deeper conversation, but y'all check out 154. It's they had Gabourey Sidibe on there last week. She was a phenomenal guest, Kai. It's really a dope podcast. And as you know, it's just as dope as what we do here on the bottom of the bottle.
they talk about Pisses?
We're talking about who?
Pesa. PSA or PSSA?
I didn't see. They may have because he covered a lot of stuff. He covered technology. He talked about rare elements and minerals. So he talked about content creation, but just things to look into as far as what you can do to be economically sound going forward.
I've been on it for probably about 5-6 months through, but it's hard because their stuff isn't on like the NASDAQ and all that. So you have to finesse your way, and there's ways to do it. Finesse your ways through. But all right, let's get out here, and I'll tell you real quick before I get out.
Hey man, look, this is the BOTB live show. I'm Jay Walker III. That's my brother Carolina Dirt, man. Big shout out to Let's Talk Into the Tree. Y'all check out Echo 22. Big shout out to Motivated Minds. Y'all check him out on YouTube, TikTok, and IG, Facebook, and all that. Love the people who love you back, man. Till next time. Y'all be easy. We gone.